What's good, y'all? It's the receiver teacher. Today we're talking ankle mobility, all right? The most important thing in terms of your body as a receiver, all right? If you want to be explosive, make sharp cuts, all that stuff, you need strong and stable ankles. Getting out of your breaks, just running, turning corners, all that stuff requires your ankles to get in some wonky positions, all right? As you can see right here. And if you're not training in the ranges that you play, you're just building a house on a weak foundation, all right? If you don't assess your weak links, all right, if your ankles are sore or you can't get your knee past your toes, all right, that's a problem, all right? Every human should be able to do that. As a baby, you're able to, all right? But we tend to lose that with, improper training, sitting, all right? All this stuff is just ruining your athletic potential. As receivers, we put so much stress on our ankles, on our joints, on every single play, all right? We expect, one foot to completely stop our momentum. And in order to do that, you need strong and stable ankles, like I said. So these are some two exercises that every single receiver must be doing, all right? And you should be able to reach the standards of getting your knee over your toe, all right? Lots of people say, it's bad for your knees to go over your toes. Reality is your knee is always over your toes when you're running, all right? If you go backwards, if you try to decelerate, your knee is always, always, always over your toe every single play as a football player, all right? So it's important that you train in the ranges that you play. All right, so train knees over toes. Get strong in that position. All right, so this exercise is just a simple split squat, knees over toes. All right, and it focuses on ankle flexion and knee ability. All right, if your knee can go past, all right, it becomes tendon dominant. A lot of the exercises that you do probably at your school are quad dominant. And football, any contact sport, any sport that involves running, is a glute and hamstring dominant sport. All right, when you're changing directions, all that stuff, that's your glutes and hamstrings. All right, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't have seen it, but I dropped a post. All right, the ratio from your quads and hamstrings is very important. All right, you can't have huge quads and then weak hamstrings. All right, that's when ACL injuries happen. That's when lots of ankle injuries happen due to overcompensating. All right, and again, I'm not a strength coach. Just what I've learned from my own research and some of the coaches that I've been blessed to have the ability to work with. So for the ATG split squat, I would advise 5 sets of 5 reps, all right? And you're holding it at the bottom for 5 seconds. And just start with low weight, all right? You can use dumbbells, load that ankle, all right? Load that position, get strong in that position, train in the range that you play. All right, another great exercise you can do for ankle strengthening, ankle mobility is the reverse step up. All right, so this is a great example right here. You're basically just dropping down right here. Your knee is traveling over your toes. This is great for the VMO, all right, the vastus medialis oblique. It's the twitchiest part of your quads, all right. It also serves as a dynamic protector of the ACL. So this is another great injury prevention exercise. You can do these body weight if you don't have any weights and still get a good burn. I would do 15 reps. And then again, if you do have weight, still I would do 10 to 12, maybe 15 reps. It really all depends on how your sets go, what your other exercises are, and all that stuff. Now, with all these exercises, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do normal squats, but you should be mindful of your technique, all right, how you're squatting. All right, right here, when this guy goes down, he lacks the ankle mobility to get into a deep squat, all right? ATG, ass to grass, all right? Your ass should be almost on the floor. He has poor ankle mobility. And now look at his ankle, how it caves in every time he goes down, right here. See how his ankles are caving in, right? That's terrible for your ankles, and that's a terrible movement pattern. And now when you go over to the field, all right, those same movement patterns are going to translate, all right, the ankle caving in. And this is where lots of ankle, Achilles, knee, like ACL injuries, all that stuff happen, all right, when your inside arch of your ankle is collapsing in. So again, I'm not against heavy squats, but if you can't squat heavy with good technique, if you start sacrificing technique for weight, all right, that's when it becomes a problem, all right, because now you're creating imbalances. And now when you go on the field, all right, all your muscles are going to be overcompensating because you haven't been training in the way that you play. So again, the ATG split squat, knee over toes, and knee over toe reverse step ups, right, are great exercises to do to make sure that you can make sharp cuts, your joints can handle all that stress that you put on them, and you can just be an all around better, healthier receiver. are great exercises to do to make sure that you can make sharp cuts, right? Handle the stress that you're putting on your joints, your ankles, all that stuff, and just be an overall healthier and better wide receiver. All right, so I hope this helped. I'm going to keep dropping videos on how to train properly, all right? Because there's a lots of misinformation out there. And just to leave you with one last message, I would say, you always need to do your own research, all right? Don't put your athletic career in the hands of other people, all right? Always be looking for the truth. Always be researching on your own and come to your own conclusions, all right? Yeah, I hope this helped. If it did, hit the like button. Follow us on all platforms at Receiver Teacher. And yeah, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next video. Peace.